Let's turn our attention to Kenya, where Chief Justice David Maraga has asked President Uhuru Kenyatta to dissolve Parliament over the continued violation of the two-thirds gender representation rule. The decision would have major ramifications, including on elections expected in 2022. The Chief Justice says the country's parliament has failed to enact a law to operationalize the constitutional provision. The enactment of the two-thirds gender rule was among the things Parliament was to do after the final approval of Kenya's new constitution in 2010. A decade on, there's been 4 unsuccessful attempts by Parliament to enact the two-thirds gender rules. All right, joining me now is BETH MICHOMA, advocate of the Kenya High Court, council member of the Law Society of Kenya, and the chairperson of the Gender Committee. Beth, welcome to Africa Live. Let's get started. My first question to you: the head of Kenya's judiciary is calling for the dissolution of Parliament. Is this justified?
Thank you, Richard, for having me. In short, it is justified. It has been 10 years since the promulgation of the Constitution, and also the same amount of time running through Parliament and the courts to ensure that the two-thirds gender rule is implemented. And as the Law Society of Kenya, we are saying no more. And that is why we petitioned to the Chief Justice, and the Chief Justice decided to write an advisory to the President to dissolve Parliament. So it is justified, Richard.
All right.
It has been long coming.
Beth, let me follow that question up with what you think are the expectations of Kenyan women with regards to the two-thirds gender representation rule in Parliament.
We want a seat at the table. We want a seat where decisions are being made. We want a seat where laws are being made. We must realize that laws change the lives of people, and we want to be there. Thank you.
Well, what should we expect going forward? That's my next question. Is Kenya's president likely to implement the petition by the country's Chief Justice, or are there legal or political hurdles? Chief Justice asked President Kenyatta to dissolve Parliament, violating the two-thirds gender representation rule. Speak to us about that.
Our Constitution, especially Article 261(7), says that after the Chief Justice advises the President to dissolve Parliament, the President shall dissolve Parliament. It's couched in mandatory terms. I guess now what we are waiting to see, Richard, is if the President will listen to the Chief Justice and follow the course of the rule of law, or yet again he is going to go against the rule of law. But then that speaks to the character of the President. So, Richard, we are waiting for the President to dissolve Parliament. It is mandatory.
All right, Beth MICHOMA, let's leave it there and let's wait and see. Beth MICHOMA, advocate of the Kenya High Court, council member of the Law Society of Kenya, speaking to us here live on Africa Live. We certainly appreciate your time here.